Mondial, we're celebrating 3 anniversaries, 3 really exciting anniversaries. It's 70 years of Land Rover. It is 50 years of the marvelous Jaguar XJ, which we have been celebrating with a tour of Jaguar XJ's heritage and modern, driving all the way from Castle Bromwich to Paris. And thirdly, truly importantly, we're also marking 10 years of ownership of Tata Group. When it comes to electrification, we are truly leading the charge, if you pardon the pun. The I-Pace is a world leader. It's the first fully electric car from a premium automotive out there. The plug-in Range Rover and Range Rover Sport hybrids have become incredibly popular, but that's only the start. As you know, from 2020 onwards, all our cars will be based on flexible architectures. That means we will be able to give customers the choice to buy their favorite Land Rover, Range Rover, Jaguar, either as a fully electric car, as a hybridized car, or as a piston engine car of their choice. XJ has been a defining car for Jaguar. Sedans have been incredibly important to Jaguar. In the 1950s, you had the Mark VII, the seminal Jaguar Mark II of the 1960s, and the XJ, launched in 1968, designed by Sir William Lyons himself. XJs have always been leading the charge as the most modern sedans, as the most dynamic and luxurious sedans around us. And they will continue to be with us for a long time because sedans continue to be really popular with our customers. So we're looking forward to a long future with more XJ models.
Well, the response to the I-Pace has been incredible all around the world, much more than we anticipated. People love the car, not just because it's an electric car, because the type of car that we've actually created as a result of being an electric car, it's very unique. We're now seeing the competition come out with their electric cars. We're still unique, we're still very Jaguar, we're still very special, and people love that. The F-Pace SVR is going to perform terrifically, both physically, as a driver's car, and it's going to perform in sales remarkably well, I'm quite sure. It probably is one of the fastest and most drivable SUVs in the world, bar none. And I think it's going to be hugely successful. People are going to love it from a driving point of view. And of course, it's got all the practicality of an SUV as well, just thrown in. Great. Well, I remember the XJ in 1968, 50 years ago. It was such an iconic car then because it was actually the best car in the world. It was beautiful, it was groundbreaking in its technology, it was a great driver's car, and we've continued that through 50 years. And of course now we have the current XJ, which does all exactly the same things. It doesn't look quite the same, but it's still a driver's car, and it's still a very beautiful car, and that's what XJ is all about driving and about elegance. As for the future, we'll have to wait and see, I'm afraid, but it's going to be very special. The motor industry is going through lots of change at the moment, and I'm very optimistic that Jag can cope with that change tremendously. Whether it be electric cars or autonomous cars, we're all about innovation and technology, and this change will actually be welcome to the Jaguar brand. It's going to be very special for us, but we're going to have to work very hard to make sure we cope with the change that's going to be positive to our customers.
We're here at the opening day of the Paris Motor Show, a very significant show for us. Overall, France is an important market for us, but even more importantly, we can see at this show how we are bringing our rich tradition together with really embracing the future. Because 50 years ago, Sir William Lyons himself actually launched the then revolutionary XJ here in Paris. And 50 years on, we're actually launching the I-Pace into the French market. So rich tradition combined with a rich future. We are celebrating 70 years of Land Rover this year, and we have a Series 1 here. And it was always about adventure, but it was always also about making more of your world. There was always the humanitarian aspect of Land Rover, and we have a beautiful example of our more than 60-year-long tradition of cooperating with the Red Cross. And we have one of the most advanced command center mobile rescue vehicle here on stand that we have co-engineered together with the Red Cross. So again, showing how our rich tradition actually informs innovation and the future. It is a very significant show for us. France in general is an important market for us, but particularly this year, it's really important because it was exactly 50 years ago that Sir William Lyons actually presented the XJ here in Paris. So it's a strong link to the past, and this is why we are particularly proud to be here in Paris and show both Sir William Lyons' private car but also our current lineup. The response of the French market to the I-Pace has been tremendous. It is actually right behind Germany the market with the highest full electric vehicle share of all car sales. The French market always is very demanding when it comes to low emissions and at the same time driving pleasures. The French love to drive a nice car, but they want low emissions. So the I-Pace is the perfect answer, and we have a very, very long order bank in the French market for the I-Pace. We can see with the long order bank that we have actually for both the Range Rover and Range Rover Sport PHEV that we actually hit absolutely the head of the nail. It's selling extremely well. Our customers really love the vehicles, and yeah, as I just said, we actually have a long waiting list, which is a good position to be in.
We are here in Place de la Concorde in Paris. We are celebrating the 120 years of innovation and of Paris Motor Show, but also the 70th birthday of the brand Land Rover.
The car is an XK150, 1959. It's got a 3.4 litre straight six dual overhead cam engine. At the back of the car there's a medallion, a bit like this one, which lists the 5 Le Mans victories. So that was obviously Jaguar's calling card. I bought it in April 1969 from Duncan Hamilton, who won Le Mans 24-hour race in 1953 at the wheel of a C-Type. He's obviously a rather special person in Jaguar history.
It's a Defender 2000 model year, but it is a bit special because it was sold as new in Tahiti, and the previous owner came back to France with a car and had an accident in France, and I bought it damaged and I repaired it. It's a 300 TDI engine, which is special because in France in 2000 model year we had only TD5 engine.
Regarding Range Rover Classic, what is so special is of course is the high ride and his high windows, you know, so basically you can drive on a very luxury way like in a sofa, and you have a very panoramic view, you know, with the large windows of this car, and then you have the sound of the V8, so it's quite a special experience. I always recommend.
In order to celebrate 120 years, it was very easy to gather 230 cars that are from 120 years to the very latest models, and to drive around for 1 hour and to have all those cars representing the history of movement, the past and the future all together here in Paris, one of the most beautiful cities in the world.